Listen to this, more of my past. Okay, one time my dad threatened to kill me with an ashtray. He grabbed the ashtray, swung it at me. I grabbed his hand, flipped him over my back somehow onto my bed, and punched him 3 times in the face. Got blood on my bed, and I ended up running to the living room. Actually, I sort of walk, types, run, skip shit, but you don't know my past, and you don't even know how to even skip. I've seen kids nowadays who no one knows nothing of how to basically move and enjoy moving a little bit. They seem so bored that they'd rather try to actually run and use more energy. I'm like, wow, men are wasteful. Oh, things like, let's talk about that. Well, back then, when we tried to do that, the cop said he'll take me to jail with my dad if any of us to jail. But they did the opposite whenever I grew up and did what I did in Oklahoma City. They took me to jail and my brother just because the apartment complex complained after we wouldn't pay the rent because the SUV crashed into our apartment, which was a few months after the whole incident. Now tell me, how fucked up is the US with their fiction sounds of judging? Huh? But I've been waiting for them to judge me. They haven't judged me for nothing besides calling me stupid. It's the truth though. No one knows the truth of the past of the soul. Or they remember. Why should I care? Well, not in. Oh, wait. It's true. The only thing any type of soul has in common is the pure soul. And a pure soul is made in God's image because it's forever split down into 2 pieces like God Almighty's soul was in the beginning. Or the beginning of the time of Earth, because there's times way before Earth that men don't. But men don't even know the old times of Earth, so why should I even care about talking about more shit? Jeez. The one that represents the fruit of a... I'm sorry, I already said it in history. And so I missed out on my older history. It's true. I said in that history. I had to think about it. So I thought, and I was like, wait. Oh, never mind. And just like that, in my mind. It was so cool. But it's true. Plain and simple, the men of the earth represent what I represented back then. A certain sound for a certain resource of earth that was the weed. Off of either the weed or the apple, you live eternally, is what we was told in the first Eden. Now we chose not to use either, and chose to actually just decay, caring about only thoughts, which we was also given. Because we had our own thoughts. Me, I just kept on sucking my finger, looking at Earth, thinking of how I'm decaying Earth with my feet, even though I want to and don't want to decay the Earth with my finger. I never did for over 2 months. Just stood there, sat there, clutched there, whatever you want to call it. But that was 15,000 some odd years, because of your fiction sounding sound that I learned in 6th grade. I never cared, because it's my history and her history. And I don't even care about what all she did when I didn't even see it. Because we was the yin and yang, or yang and yin, or whatever. Because I never cared about describing sounds. Because sounds are made just to describe. Truth is truth. Truth is what words and words wins. But men are the seed of the earth. They can root out the apples and have multiple childseeds. Fruit of life and fruit of knowledge. Just not gonna care about saying what I did in that old video, which I almost said earlier. Which is funny. You know, this YouTube has over 300 videos, maybe 400. And my first YouTube only had 50, yet my first computer had over 660. I think I got about 650 to 660. Around there, whenever my computer actually fried. Right before 666. I know that was funny. I still got the hard drive. It says there's a virus on it or something. It won't let me boot it up in this computer that I got now. But I don't care. I still got the actual hard drive, and I'm like, ha 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 ha. So much of my history lost by men because of history itself. At least books aren't that easy to get rid of. Hey, a computer, all you need is a hammer. A hammer is a lot harder to destroy a book with a hammer than it is a computer. Even fire, a computer has some metal in it, but yeah, you can get rid of the data just as easy as a book. Just because data is data. Talking about it overheats and flies by itself. Huh? Oh man, why am I speaking my mind? I hate speaking. Oh well. I'm being called for by my mom. Fuck. I don't know if I should stop it and go or what. I'm gonna be back. Fuck it.